Welcome back to Leeds Lately. If you're new here and you like tactical analysis, you like Leeds United content, you like Leeds United in general, match reactions, transfer news, everything you want to know about Leeds United, then you know what to do down below. But today's video is a match reaction to the fact that Leeds United have just won 4-3 at Portman Road against Ipswich Town, who were high-flying and hadn't lost a home game in so long. Leeds United have gone there, smashed 4 goals in. Every single one of our front 4 has scored a goal today, and attacking wise we were fantastic. But let's get into some of the not so good things and some of the good things in the game. So when the game started, we started pretty well, and it looked like we were going to create some good chances with Joel Perreault and Jorginho Rutter and all the players we had in attack. And then we conceded an own goal. Poor communication between Meslier and Joe Rodon, and it ended up in a goal. It wasn't great, but Leeds came back and we scored pretty quickly. So we scored with... Who scored the first goal? There were so many goals in this game. 7 goals in this game. It's hard to keep up. Who scored the first one? I think it was... that was the... I don't know. Somebody scored the first goal. Jorginho Rutter, I think. Yes, it was. He did that one where he held his back off to the player. He dragged it through between 2 defenders, put it in the bottom corner, hit the post and in. Excellent finish. Then, not long after that, good ball across to the back post from Sam Byram, and then Nonto puts it in for an excellent goal and something he really needed to do to get the fans back on side. And then eventually Sinisterra cuts in, hits it towards the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper parries it out straight into the path of Joel Perreault, who gets his goal on his debut for Leeds United. So excellent start, and you're thinking, right, we're in the clear now, 3-1 up. Then I think this is Farke's mistake, maybe, or maybe the players themselves, but we started to back off a little bit, I felt. And I think that was the worst thing we could have done in that situation, because Ipswich were a very good attacking team, and they started to dominate the game for the rest of that first half. We scored Perreault's goal in the 19th minute, and then for the second half of the first half, we had our backs against the wall, really. We defended well in situations where we had to make last-ditch challenges, but we shouldn't have had to make those last-ditch challenges in the first place, because we played a really poor line, and we were able to be beaten over the top with a long ball to Burns, who was really quick on their right wing every single time, and they created a lot of chances off that. But we didn't concede, and then Sam Byram came off because he's injured. So hopefully he's not out for too long, because he was much better than Cody Drama when he came on. Cody Drama comes on, has a really shaky start, makes a few mistakes, and then just as we're about to go in for halftime, 3-1 up, he doesn't look. He plays a back pass. It goes straight to I can't remember which striker it was. I think it might have been Jackson. He comes across Rodon's path, past Meslier. Can't quite get it in himself from the angle, but he cuts it back, and they're able to score, make it 3-2 just before half-time, which you've got to think, like, that is not ideal at all. And Cody Drama, his confidence will be shot after that, especially because he was pulled off at half-time. Don't. He was brought off at half-time, and Shackleton came on for him. And I thought, Shackleton, like, why is Shelder not coming on? But Shackleton did a really, really good job, and we were so much better in that second half. So Cody Drama only played about 20 minutes, 15 minutes before he was removed from the game. And yeah, so Shackleton comes on, and he's dynamic. He's driving with the ball. He's dribbling us forward. He's trying to get the ball into the attackers. He did really, really well, Shackleton, I thought, when he came on. And so as it was 3-2, we pushed up. We tried to create more chances, and we did actually manage to create a good few more chances, and it eventually ended up in another goal for Sinisterra, which Jeff Sanning in my live stream, if he's watching this, shout out to him, he said it'll be lovely if Sinisterra scored as well, so our whole front 4 scored, and that's what happened. Sinisterra cut in, curled it into the bottom corner, excellent finish. And from that point, they did threaten at points, Ipswich, but they only managed to score a minute and a half after the final whistle should have gone, with a really good finish from Connor Chaplin. And yeah, so it was 4-3 in the end, 7 goals. Our attacking threat is unbelievable. Joel Perreault played really well, and what I want to talk about is the partnership that he and Jorginho Rutter have. They have like a link up where they'll swap positions, who plays in the number 10, who plays in the number 9, and who goes forward and who makes the runs over the top. And I think they were swapping around quite a lot, and I think that worked quite well because Rutter, I think, had his best game in a Leeds shirt. Obviously, Perrault hasn't, I don't even think he's probably not had a proper training session yet to fit into the system, but he still played really well, thought he did well. And like I say, Jorginho Rutter had his best game in a Leeds shirt, and it's only really his second 90 minutes that he's had. And I think he did really well to pick up the ball in good positions, to drive with it, to play good weighted passes into Pirro. And yeah, I think they combined really, really well. Sinisterra's obviously very good. Nonto, who's been the subject of a lot of issues, shall we say, recently, I think he played well as well. He did his job. And even Ayling was quite decent. I don't think he really had any defensive frailties, or certainly they were overshadowed by what Cody Drama did. But I think all in all, Leeds played really well in the attacking sense, and teams in the division will be frightened to come up against Leeds' attack because our attack is absolutely stacked. We are so good going forward in terms of the personnel that we have there, and we also have Dan James, Bamford, all the players at Somerville as well on the bench. Obviously, they weren't on the bench today, some of them, but they will be. And I think defensively, we lack a lot. Joe Rodon played really well. Pascal Struijk played really well. But I don't know whether it's just the system or the personnel, but we certainly need to invest again in some more defenders, some fullbacks maybe, at least one, because like I say, the line wasn't good enough, and we were being able to be played right over the top of us into Burns, who, yes, he had pace, but we shouldn't be getting beaten like that every time. Our positioning should be better than that. And we had to make a lot of last-ditch challenges. But when we did make them, they were good tackles, good blocks, but we shouldn't have to get to that point where you have to make a last-ditch challenge, if you know what I mean. But I think it did improve massively when Shackleton came on, ironically, the one player in that back four who wasn't a defender and isn't a defender, he's a midfielder, and the fact that he had the energy to get up and down and to get back and to win headers in the box, to get things away, to always be in the right position. I think Shackleton did really well there and could actually do a job. Don't shoot me, not as a permanent left back, but he could do a job off the bench as an option there. If we've got injuries, if we've got other issues going on, to play Shackleton in there, it is a possibility. It is a possibility, and I think he played really, really well when he did get his chance. Ampadu, as always, played really, really well. He gave the ball away a few times, but then he made up for it with the other things that he did, his tackles, his passing, his interceptions, all that sort of thing. Archie Gray, if you watch Joel Pirro's goal, Archie Gray, I think, is the one who pings the ball out to Sinisterra on the wing to start with, for Sinisterra to then shoot and it drop to Pirro. Go back and watch the highlights. Watch Archie Gray's pass. It is an unbelievable pass. And if it's somebody else, then let me know down in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure it's Archie Gray. But yeah, all in all, he had a really good game as well. Did not look like a 17-year-old in a team of men. He looked like he belonged there yet again and did really well there. The last thing to mention then, just Meslier. I think Meslier has really improved in terms of his confidence of coming for crosses, coming out, claiming things. I think his confidence has improved massively in terms of his bravery to go and get the ball, to go and claim it, and to put his body on the line to go and catch that ball, because obviously he's already taller than everybody else, but with his ability to put his arms above his head as well as a goalkeeper, he's obviously going to get there first over a defender if he times it right. And so the fact that he's going over there, claiming the ball with confidence, I really think that's good as well. So yeah, I'm really happy with the performance overall in terms of attacking. This is what we had when we had Bielsa. It was, yes, we're going to concede, but we're going to score more than you. That sort of attitude. And I think the fact that Farke hooked Drama at halftime shows his ability to be brave and go, do you know what? You're going to cost us another goal if we leave you on. You're playing awful today. We've got to swap you. And I think he was brave to do that, and it really worked out. It was an inspired substitution, because I think Shackleton was part of turning the tide in that game when it looked for all the world at the end of the first half like they were going to come and get a draw. But yeah, unbelievable win. First one on the board, all four of our attackers scored. Absolutely brilliant. I'm buzzing with the result. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do down below. Hit that like button and the other one. And yes, I shall see you in the next video on Leeds Lately, which hopefully should be a transfer video. Hopefully we'll be signing some more players before the window closes. I did the Amiri one yesterday. It sounds like that one could be off now. But hopefully we go out and get a number 10 and another fullback and another midfielder before the window ends in 5 days. So yes, look out for plenty more content like on the channel. If you're new here, stick around because there'll be loads more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.